Chelsea versus Arsenal, here we go. First versus second at the halfway mark, first versus third now. They're both attack lots, they're both score lots. They both concede very few. There is a lot to which we can look forward here. Let's hope it's as good on the wet Stamford Bridge grass as it should be on paper. Sharp Arsenal squeeze right from the off there to win possession back. Mistake from Leah Williamson. The returning Canarud into Ramirez and back to Canarud. And Macario making room for the shot. On target inside a minute. Got the opener last weekend, Kat Macario. A season where you wondered just how much she would start. She has been starting lately. She's up to 5 goals now. Plenty of creativity to go with them. Something Chelsea have made a real habit of, scoring early when you're a favourite, as they pretty much always are whenever they kick off. That's a big deal. Hampton between the posts as she has been for every game. Millie Bright here has played every minute as well. Baltimore keeping her place ahead of Brighton. This is Niamh Charles with her. And Baltimore has won it from Fox. In a superb signing, slotted right in. Sandy Baltimore. Cooney cross under pressure from Cuthbert. Macario in again. Canarud. Very difficult from that angle. Scored the equaliser at Arsenal last season, Jojo Canarud, before Arsenal went on to thump the Blues 4-1. Given how well matched they've been over the years, last season's games were weirdly one-sided actually. Chelsea had the job done here by half-time in the reverse game. Canarud's just had a little injury either side of Christmas, but back in to start. Inzaghi Beaver-Jones is on the bench with Brighton and James and a whole host of internationals. Ramirez with the closing down. Cuthbert picks up the loose ball. Baltimore in the middle with Macario. Here's Ramirez. Awkward! Williamson and Van Domselaar. Lack of communication. Nearly costly. Calmly mopped up in the end, but it was a mess of their own making. Good turn from Russo. Got the better of Natalie Bjorn. And continues to. Caitlin Ford against Lucy Bronze is definitely a match-up to watch today. The Arsenal left wing against the decorated Chelsea right back. And here is the Aussie now. McCabe behind her. Cooney Cross keeping her place with Kim Little in the middle. Nicely worked by Caldente. First spell, albeit at arm's length, of Arsenal possession here as Russo gets on the half turn. Mead. Now Emily Fox coming forward for Arsenal. Niamh Charles stayed tight. A lot of clean sheets for both the keepers on show here. Nearly went wrong here for Van Domselaar though. Young serving centre-back, and a new goalkeeper. Cannerud is so quick, always going to get there. In towards Baltimore, it's an important intervention from Steph Catley. Good pace to this game, Cuthbert urged to shoot and does. Typical driving run. Really dangerous cross. Excellent improvised defending from Catley, because that was awkward. That was close. Excellent work from Ramirez. Baltimore manages to evade the challenge. Felt like there was a whiff of potential penalty about that. You don't see Leah Williamson ruffled very often, but Myra Ramirez can do that to any centre-back in the game, and does do it to every centre-back in the game. Renee Slegers, 6 wins with clean sheets in the WSL, and the 1-1 against Man United that was actually moments away from being another win with another clean sheet as well. Near perfect. But that defence hasn't had a test like Chelsea yet. Really well worked. Bronze for Cannerud. Cooney Cross missed it. Beth Meadbank helping out. Pressurising spell from the champions here. That clean sheet record for Arsenal. You'd imagine it'll go today, just on the balance of probability. Chelsea haven't been shut out yet by anybody in any competition this season. This is the 20th game for the Blues. Score on average near enough exactly 3 per game. Macario. Ramirez. So hard to get off the ball, Bronze. Nicely done, Cannerud. Chelsea shots keep on coming. Starting to play like the dominant team they are now, Baltimore. Beth Mead has done pretty well to turn that into a free kick. Left wing again today for Baltimore. Played just as many times at left back before Niamh Charles got fit again. One way and another. New signing. Has found herself in more than out under the new coach. He was asked pre-match about Guro Wrighton being absent again. Absent from the starting lineup, I hasten to add. And it is proof that no one's place is cast iron guaranteed. Out by Bronze. That's excellent hold-up play from Macario. Chelsea have played themselves out really well here. Niamh Charles with options, including Baltimore here. Couple in the middle, can she find a teammate? Katie McCabe got there, so the answer is no. Anna Ritten-Cannerud was storming in for what would have been a point-blank header. that is Erin Cuthbert all over. Shut down the angles pretty well there, Arsenal, in fairness. There wasn't an obvious cross to try and pick out a Chelsea attacker. But it's good pressure. But saw Canarud going. It's a good job Katie McCabe got her foot in. There's Nuskin. Here's Ramirez. Colombian wins the first quarter of the game. And she scored from the right wing corner early at the Emirates in October. Now they usually have Laura Wrighton and Kat Macario over for these, but obviously it'll be Baltimore today. On that side, they often go for the short option. Doesn't look like it here, though. In from Baltimore towards Nuskin. Good corner. And not cleared yet. There it is. A hopeful hook from Canarud could cause a bit of chaos. That's very calmly done. There's Cuthbert again, closing down Fox. Bump from Ramirez, and Arsenal can just take a breath. (5-0 and 4-0 in league and cup respectively so far for Arsenal since the New Year restart of the women's game. Chelsea have had 2 4-0s and a 5-0 as well. Some serious England internationals out there, and internationals in general. Mariona Caldente pushed into a more number 10 role today with Ford coming back in. I think that must have had something to do with how her wider starting position threatened Lucy Bronze. Not seen it yet, one way to go. Little, who scored the last time Arsenal won an away game at Chelsea. 2018. 5-0, would you believe? It's been pretty much all blue since then, that's for sure. The fixture in terms of the league honours. And everything as a player, and everything as a coach in France so far. High expectations. 18 wins and a draw out of 19 would suggest that that's working out as Bronze clears it almost into Beth Mead. Ran out of room. Nicely worked though. Just switched over actually, having spoken about that Ford versus Bronze matchup. Ford's just having a little spell on the right wing and Mead on the left. Against her long-time England colleague Lucy Bronze. Williamson out there, and Russo, Millie Bright. Lioness Stars on the benches too. Long time out for Niamh Charles, didn't play till December. Pre-season shoulder dislocation and surgery. One of the standout performers last term, certainly for Chelsea, and started every league game, Neve Charles. That's well worked. Deflection. Millie Bright stopped it being a corner. Initially yes, but latterly no. Apparently not. Nice straight pass into Russo, but Chelsea crowd around her and win it sharply. Baltimore. Cuthbert. Well, she's surrounded. Here comes Natalie Bjorn. Deflection on the bronze cross. And the Chelsea corner. Baltimore delivers. Out by Russo. There's a push in there anyway. And Kim Little with plenty to say about it. Have a look at the run of Millie Bright here. Captain into captain. England versus Scotland. And I should have felt that, that's for sure. Mead followed cross-country. Well, she's down. By the referee, he saw nothing wrong with it. Go and check now. Bit of Cannerud, bit of Charles. Got a bit of Beth Mead. Only one real scare since Sleggers took over. They were behind in their Champions League group against Bayern and still came back to win it late, 3-2. We've not been able to cause Hannah Hampton and co any worries in the opening 20 minutes here. And usually you would say this fixture, a draw would be a good result. I'm not sure that's the case today. The gap is such. Really, if Arsenal are going to be in this title race realistically, and I know it might sound odd given this is only the start of the second half of the season, they've got to win this game. If they lose it, 10 points behind Chelsea with 10 to play. That's it. Bright stepping out. Leave Charles heading for home. A rare touch for Hampton. Played all the league games. Cheda Musovic has been in for the cup competitions. Lovely weight from Niamh Charles onto Baltimore, followed by Mead. Well, that's twice, with some fairly canny work, that Beth Mead has somehow enticed a foul out of Sandy Baltimore. I'm not sure that the Chelsea player's done anything wrong on either count, to be honest. Baltimore the greater pace, but Mead the nous. Mariona Caldente, multiple winner of everything going with Barcelona. Former teammate of Lucy Bronze, who's stepping up there. McCabe. Erin Cuthbert is absolutely everywhere. No surprise in that. Very quiet first half of the first half for the goalkeepers. Oh, Cuthbert, a mistake. Russo pulls it. How many are they going to get of those today, Arsenal? They've got to take advantage. And they couldn't have wanted anyone else on the end of it. Alessia Russo on this hot streak. A rare gift, an even rarer mistake from Erin Cuthbert. There was a pass on, but you can totally understand why Russo went for goal rather than playing in Caitlin Ford. By the time she took it that wide, it would have taken some hit to find the net. I'd say that's the best chance of the game. Putting the pressure on Kim Little, who just got there ahead of Cannerud, but that means there's a bit of space. Not for long, though. Poor from McCabe. Catley. Little. Take from Russo, shame about the pass, overhit. And for all the hype, this one's not quite living up to it yet. A tabletop clash that could do with a goal, and then watch it go from there. Charles, Arsenal trying to squeeze Chelsea in, and they did. Really bright, thumping it clear. Cooney Cross, the young Australian. Catley, another Aussie, and forward on the left wing, the third in this lineup. Just Alessia Russo in form. Mariona Caldente there, scored in each of her last 3 appearances as well. And all of them games that Arsenal dominated. Caitlin Ford gets Arsenal up the field. Sharply done by Russo. That means she's not in the middle for the cross, but she is for the deflection. That's a good touch. It's a good defensive touch as well from Bjorn. Dangerous ball. Mead! Off Charles. Well, Chelsea have felt like the more pressurising team, but Arsenal have had the nearest 2 moments. We'll never know whether that would have squeezed in had Niamh Charles not be there. I suspect it might have done. She knows how close that was. It would have been a 10th career goal against Chelsea. Katie McCabe usually delivers the left-footed set pieces. Williamson and Russo matching some sort of plan in there. Who's going where? Running from deep. There they come. And in it comes from McCabe. Cheers to accompany the Millie Bright header. A few conservative choices of passes. That was another there from Cooney Cross to pop it back and start again. Big gap in the middle here. Katie McCabe appearing out of nowhere. Niamh Charles on the cover. And from Chelsea's point of view, that's a good job too. Look at that for a run. She was still out of position, if you know what I mean, from the earlier set piece. That's why she wasn't at left back. Always makes them harder to pick up. Just in time, Niamh Charles spotted that extra runner. Another Millie Bright header. Curry and Baltimore getting a little in one another's way. Ford didn't get the call to leave that for Beth Mead. It's Nusken on the slide, Arsenal ball, and it's a good spell for the Gunners, who need this win. Emily Fox. This time last year mid-season, Emily Fox, and here she is in the box now. They can't keep wasting the chances. It wasn't an easy one, but it was there. The corner was waiting. Hannah Hampton saves, and Arsenal racking up the better opportunities here, but the more they miss them, the more you feel they'll end up ruining it, because they won't shut Chelsea out forever. Has scored in the Champions League, the first game under Renee Sneger's Emily Fox. Her one and only Gunners goal so far. That would have been huge. McCabe Bethmead should keep this in. Chelsea for the first 15 or 20, albeit fairly limited fashion. It's been Arsenal for the last 5 or 10. A little had her foot trodden on by Aaron Cuthbert. That's why the free kick's gone. Outswinger from Mead, in-swing that from McCabe. The latter. Leave Charles with the header. Nuskin nipping in. Sjoeke Nuskin along with Millie Bright and Hannah Hampton, the Chelsea players who started every game this season in the WSL. She has got such a squad to choose from. Brilliant international players on Bonpastor's bench who would start for almost any other team. Baltimore with Fox for company. Job done. One American concedes the corner, another comes to take it, with another in the headlines at the moment. More on Naomi Girma later. Soon to be record-breaking arrival. Macario with the ball in, that's low now. There's 50-50 in there. I wondered for a moment if there might have been a penalty shout. Sjoeke Nuskin and Kim Little both went in. A weird low angle for that ball to be coming in at. You could probably hear the clatter of shin pads or boots or something here. Both with eyes only for the ball. Treatment for both. Well, Nuskin got up the sooner. Kim Little thankfully looks okay too. One of this league's greatest ever players. In her 8th season of her second spell. Played in the States and in Australia, in between the first and second spells. Williamson's overhit that. That's a really sloppy error for a player who's usually so composed. Macario. Chelsea look to try and punish the mistake. Cuthbert, Baltimore. Neatly worked. Niamh Charles now. It's a crowded box. Macario! Big stop from Van Domselaar. Chelsea's best chance of the game. 10 minutes before half-time. And Leah Williamson is the most relieved individual inside Stamford Bridge. This all came from her mistake. Anywhere near either corner, and that's Chelsea 1 up. Touch off Cuthbert, then the touch off Macario's shoulder. And the chances just beginning to arrive with greater frequency here now. Been a slow burner, but we've had nearly moments at both ends now. And another misplaced pass, this time from Canarud. So far, entirely different to last season's meetings. Chelsea, I mentioned, won this one comfortably. Weirdly comfortably. It did finish 3-1, but the Arsenal goal was very, very late. 3 up in no time, Chelsea. In front of a then record crowd at the Emirates. 4-1 to Arsenal prior to the winter break. This one feels altogether tighter than both. McCabe. Fox. Forwards return ball asking an awful lot of Emily Fox. It's nicely moved. Well, it was until that. Need in the way of Macario's pass. There's Bjorn. To Millie Bright. It's been those two all the way basically since Kadisha Buchanan's ACL injury, but Chelsea presented Naomi Girma to the crowd here earlier today. The first $1 million woman from San Diego Wave. Emma Hayes, no less, described her as the best defender she has ever seen in the women's game. Coming to Chelsea soon. To the team, anyway. You would think. Bjorn and Bright won't have it their own way all the time, you suspect. Shirt ball by Niamh Charles. Caitlin Ford, maybe a little too honest in staying up. Could have got the left back cautioned then. They flipped once more here, Ford and Mead. Caldente making the run. Nusken went with her. And that is Nusken's game all over. Topped the Bundesliga for interceptions and tackles before leaving Eintracht Frankfurt for Chelsea. It's Jürgen Nusken. Foul from Canarud on McCabe brings Arsenal a free kick. We've got 6 minutes or so and add-ons here. I'm sure the cameras will pick out Naomi Gerber at some point. Four-and-a-half-year deal. It's this time last year that with Sam Kerr crocked with a cruciate injury, Chelsea moved to sign Ramirez. That went pretty well. Ford. Fox. Ford again. It's good from Baltimore and from Macario. WSL are left relieved. Catley stopping Cannerud stealing in. The nippiest player on this field, I would think. In a 20-yard sprint, Cannerud. I want to give her any encouragement in that regard. Natalie Bjorn now and Lucy Bronze. Chelsea began the half much the better side. Arsenal had a good spell though and have had the better chances. Quite a lot of respect, I think, between the two of them, neither overcommitting, as they might take those gambles against lesser opposition and throw a body or two more forward. That hasn't happened here. No question, a drawn game in this particular instance suits Chelsea better. Not that they'd ever play for one. Forward into Russo, and then Little. Mida! They can't keep missing him, but they do keep missing him. And the more they do, the more you feel they'll get caught out at the other end, and it'll be yet another case of what might have been between these two. You don't expect Beth Mead to miss the target. Maybe it gets saved or maybe it gets blocked, but clearly she's picked a point in the far corner there to try and curl it into. It will cost them if they don't start taking them. A couple of nearly moments for Mead against her favourite opposition statistically. Caitlin Ford is down and having some treatment. As Mead, Russo and Caldente have a little tactical chat. The trio playing close to one another, and it looks like Ford might be done here because Frida Marnham is coming on. Or at least looking like she is. Not quite sure of where it might have happened for Caitlin Ford. Lovely move though, wasn't it? Everything but the finish. Looks like that is indeed it. The change that was made from the start today is made in reverse earlier than expected, just a minute or two before the break. Marnham deposed by Ford in the 11 today. On for her now. And that will probably mean, but we'll find out soon enough once it settles in, but that'll probably mean Caldente going out to a more, I'm going to say left-sided, but she's not going to play as a left wing in that regard, or a more centrally minded attacking player. Caldente, Marnham and Mead, the supporting trio of Alessia Russo. Mead has found Marnham here, and Arsenal have won a corner as we approach stoppage time. There'll be a little bit of that as well. Good scoring start to the season, Frida Marnham. They dried up a bit of late. There you go, 4 added minutes then. It's the McCabe corner. It's headed out by Erin Cuthbert. It's dangerous, back in and then out again by Millie Bright. Fox with the cross, charged down by Macario. She's had Chelsea's best chance of this first half. The other good ones have all come the way of the Gunners. Fox had one saved by Hampton, but the rest off target. Cave into Mead, to Marnham. Cooney cross. Well, so far, Arsenal have done that job, as earlier advertised, of keeping Ramirez quiet. They've handled her very well. Usually such a great leader of the line. Running that right channel more often than not. Gathering the ball, keeping it, getting Chelsea up the field. It hasn't really happened here. They created more of the chances when these two met in October in that final game under Jonas Eidevall. Chelsea, I'm not going to say lucky to cling on to the 2-1, but they were certainly under the pump in a way that you will never normally see. Her side came through with the points, Eidevall was gone. And they've been under pressure for the second half of this first half, the champions. A clean sheet for them, and the Gunners obviously still intact. Neither of them conceding at all these days, it feels. Neither of them have here. Under pressure, that pressure has worked. Minute to play, first half stoppage time as Williamson steps in. Cap Macario completely surrounded by red and white, had to go back. Nuskud, Lucy Bronze, who spent most of this season more like a right winger. Not so much today, but right on cue you're seeing it now. It's well played by Caldente. Flag up on Ramirez. And that'll be that for the first half. Well, Stamford Bridge is quieter than you'd expect with this big crowd in. It's been, by these two standards, fairly cagey. To some extent, they've cancelled one another out to keep her run going. Can Arsenal put themselves back in the title mix in what has been a season that began, well, ordinarily at best, subpar more likely, and if they can win this, Arsenal, they're in it. They'd still need Chelsea to slip. McCabe, too close to Hampton. Spilt it momentarily, no danger. Caldente helping it on for Russo. Natalie Bjorn just stealing in, nick of time. Does indeed look as if Cat Macario is now playing as Chelsea's centre forward. Great scoring record, partly under Sonia Bonpastor at Lyon. Macario, but it was a Lyon team that dominated even more than Chelsea do domestically. Certainly more of a centre forward than Hermano is, even though she wears 9. She's as much a creative. She is a goal scorer, Macario. Really good at the hold-up play. Emily Heaslett, the referee, by the way, today. Hasn't got the card out yet, which is unusual for a game of this magnitude. Hermano and Bronze. McCabe stepping in well on Canarud. The layoff from Macario, Nuskin out to Baltimore. Emily Fox nudged off balance into conceding the corner. Macario delivers. And that would have been pretty special from Sjoeke Nusken. Had to improvise. Chelsea have scored in 62 of the last 63 league matches. The odd one out. A home defeat, not here, at Kingsmeadow. Manchester City reignited the title race by winning in the spring of last year. 1-0 Kingsmeadow. Whatever numbers you look at, they are startlingly good for Chelsea. They have won all but 3 of their last 57 home league games, whether here or at Kingsmeadow. Hermano to Canarud, opening up for a now. Nice shimmy, weak shot. Marnham, straight out of play. Marnham, the late first half substitute, if you missed it, for the injured Caitlin Ford. Wasn't immediately apparent what the problem was with the Aussie. Marnham on to replace it. Bronze, tough one for Macario to control there. Catley to Williamson. Katie McCabe being closed down. Also his hold-up play, gave it to Nusken. Charles for Hermano. Bright stepping up, shoot, so the crowd. Not quite as close as the reaction would have you believed. Not a regular scorer by any means, really bright. The last goal was more than a year ago. Did spend a huge chunk of time out injured though, from mid-November through to April. One of the reasons Natalie Bjorn was brought in from Everton. Her partner Bjorn has sent that one forward. Macario putting the pressure on Fox. That's got Chelsea up the field. Corners without threat so far. This is a deep one from Baltimore. Hermano got a piece of that. McCabe hacks out the bouncing ball. Oh, that's a lovely touch. Cannon so nearly was in. It's good work from Leah Williamson. Hermano again. Cuthbert. Here comes Bronze and Macario. Closed down quickly. I'll challenge you to find 54 minutes where Chelsea have been limited in their attacks as much as this season. But you still feel, because they always find a way, that they will. Those first half opportunities wasted by Arsenal will weigh heavier on them, because they're the ones that have to win it. Chelsea would love to win it, but Arsenal have to win it. Van Domselaar comes, and just about collects. Well, as Zinsberger, the first choice for so long, plays the cup competitions, but Van Domselaar absolutely the first choice in WSL play. Dutch international regular. In the division with Aston Villa before this, and a regular at the always excellent SC Twente in the Netherlands. Produce a lot of good players. Unfortunately for them, are never able to keep hold of them. If they did, they'd be a force in the women's game for sure. They were in the Champions League group with Chelsea. Chelsea cruised through with a couple of minor scares. Arsenal through as well, and Manchester City. Houston's drive. Baltimore didn't really have any other option in terms of going forward anyway. She could have put the brakes on and waited for some support, but it's the only option open, really. Scored 3 times since joining Chelsea from Paris Saint-Germain. One of them at Arsenal, the goal that made it 2-0. Gave Chelsea that cushion. Stamford Bridge is excited to see Lauren James. Baltimore will make way and listen to the roar. Missed a big chunk out, injured Lauren James. From October till the FA Cup tie in the new year, she had 45 minutes against Charlton Athletic on her return. Scored here in this fixture last term. Scored a hat-trick against Liverpool at the Bridge, against Man United, scored against Tottenham at the Bridge as well. Do not be surprised if she ends up making the difference here. And a former gunner to boot, Lauren James. Right at the very, very start of her career. 16 years and 30 days old, still the youngest Arsenal player in the WSL. Good work from Russo, and still from Russo. Had to find a teammate and picked out the newly arrived James instead. Skillful and strong, Russo here. And a nutmeg on Bjorn as well. Just had to be a better pass. They've got this balance pretty well so far, Arsenal, in terms of limiting Chelsea without stopping being a threat themselves. They've not created tons of chances, but 3 or 4 pretty good ones. That strikes a pretty good balance against a team of this calibre. They haven't made them count, and it's those two at it again, Russo and Bjorn, and this time it's the Swede who wins the battle. No one winning the war yet. Marnham. Bronze has missed it. Russo, out by Bright. Lauren James. Typical nonchalance as she takes it in what looked like a tight squeeze, but she always makes room for herself with such apparent ease. Worth saying it again, the 20th match of the season for Chelsea, and the only one they've not won was a draw at Leicester, of all places, where they were behind for a very long time. Needed a fairly late equaliser. Good hit it was too from Vika Kaptein, who's on the bench. Maybe we'll see her before long with some energy. Nusken. Sure that wasn't meant to be a pass from Macario. If it was meant to be a shot, it was not a good one. 4 goals this season for Sjerka Nusken. 3 of them within a week before the winter break. Seizing onto the loose ball, but apparently that was a foul by, I McCabe on Hermano. Chelsea did have a 0-0 against Swedish club Häcken in the Champions League on this ground in December of last season. But, in WSL terms, you have to go back very nearly 3 years. The game at Kings Meadow, Chelsea 0, Arsenal 0. The last time the Blues had a goalless draw in the WSL. This sort of statistic that makes you think it can't happen here, because it never does. Half an hour to play. Bright stepping out and letting Hermano take over. Delicate pass for Cannerud. Look at the space for Lucy Bronze here. Deep cross, James round the back, well defended Emily Fox. Blackstenius coming soon. Really good goal scoring record. Rarely gets the chance to start. Will it be instead of Russo or alongside her? How hard does Renee Slegers want to push here? I think she's got to go for it, but that's easily said from here. And Emily Fox has got her boot back. Macario to deliver. 6 in there for Chelsea. Cuthbert lurking at the back of the box, and after a very long wait, it's a very poor corner from someone who usually delivers far better than that. James to Cuthbert. Good ball from Cuthbert. Macario's interested here. Leah Williamson got the head to it, but couldn't get any pace because of the bounces. Macario. Cooney Cross with the header clear for Arsenal. Can they find something on the counter here? Now, are we going to see the yellow card for a cheeky, cynical challenge? I don't think we are. Niamh Charles has got away with one, has she? She knew what she was doing. Wrong side of Beth Mead. Katie McCabe, never short of a few words. It'll be Beth Mead to make way. Well, she had her chances, didn't she, for her 10th goal against Chelsea. She won't have any more. Replaced by Stina Blackstenius, who in an indirect kind of way is a big reason that Chelsea were champions in the spring. Scored in the 90th and I think it was 94th minute at Man City to turn an Arsenal defeat into an Arsenal victory with 3 games to go. And without it, without even one of them, Chelsea could not and would not have won the league. Once again having to make do with a cameo role from the Gunners bench. And she's in the middle straight away here. Big chance for Marnham. Big block from Natalie Bjorn. Marnham again here. Millie Bright in the way. Russo. Change of role, I think, for Russo since the introduction of Blackstenius, although they're fairly interchangeable. But Russo's slightly better versatility. You'll probably see her move from that central striking role, as Blackstenius is in at the moment. Coming over towards Russo now, Blackstenius, where they both are. Neither of them in the box at the moment. How hard dare Arsenal push? They may well have to risk losing this game in trying to win it, I think. LeBron's got a bit of it. And McCabe did very well. Here's Kim Little. Chance for Blackstenius to turn. Mariona Caldente into Little again. Marnham, ambitious and on target, but easy for Hampton. There's a quarter of this game to go. All three results entirely equally possible. It's good from Bronze. Lauren James. Might be the first time she's had the ball at her feet anywhere near the Arsenal box since her introduction. That was serious composure from Kim Little. Cooney cross. Led and cut out by Niamh Charles. Cancelling one another out right now, that is for sure. Both of them scoring 3s and 4s and 5s against everyone else with real frequency. Arsenal with that one draw against Man United and one opening day of the season against Manchester City. They were ahead early, behind, they equalised late, and they had a rare 0-0 themselves at the Emirates against Everton. Game they completely bossed, couldn't find a way through. And these two good defences who hardly ever concede, shutting out the two good attacks that always score. So far, still 20 to play. Lauren James. Charles into Nusken, that's off Williamson, and Chelsea have another corner. But the greater nerves will surely be with Arsenal. For all sorts of reasons, but mostly a big gap. 7 between them as it stands. Could be 4, could be 10. difference between those two is everything. Flat delivery from Lauren James, headed out by Kyra Cooney-Cross. Cannon one-on-one with Little. Lucy Bronze. Macario is in the middle, that's too close to Van Domselaar. Saw there, Emily Fox had space, tending to go with the cautious option when faced with a 50-50 call. There's been a bit of that in this game. Chelsea are going to gain ground on at least one of these two, you'd imagine, next weekend anyway, because Arsenal are playing Manchester City, and the cards being held by the champions. It's another reason why the draw here is actually a better result for them than it is for Arsenal. Russo can't get it past Millie Bright though. It's cut back here for Mariona Caldente. Bjorn with the block. Marnham! Another half chance comes and goes for Arsenal. They're running out of time to make them count. A rare threat in this second half, which is nearly half an hour old. Great work from Blackstenius to make it possible. Ida Marnham's got a while without a league goal now. They've had their moments, and they have missed them. "15-time champions in the English women's game, Arsenal. 3 of those in the WSL years. Another popular arrival about to happen here. ×2, in fact. Gura Wrighton and Peggy Beaver-Jones. I just wonder if that extra firepower may swing it in Chelsea's favour. Fresh legs and attack-minded players. It would be typical of the champions to pinch this, even though they've not been very threatening. They've got a free kick here. We're into the final 15. Got all sorts of options here. Beaver-Jones could replace Canneridge, he could go up front. I'd have thought James will move into the number 10 role, right and go on the left side. Might get Lauren James on the ball a bit more. corners have been unusually off point this afternoon. What about here from the free kick for Kat Macario? 5 far post runners, or is it a decoy? No, she goes for that clutch of runners, headed back across. There is Russo. The whistle's gone. Must have been a push in there somewhere. And the changes are going to happen now. The Macario off. Rarely plays 90 minutes. Doesn't actually start that often, but has been lately, Kat Macario. Euro right, left out for a second game in a row. I'm not surprised it's Canada going off, so Aggie Beever-Jones will play centre forward unless Sonia Bonpastor's got something very odd going on here. The message being communicated there. A brilliant scoring record, Aggie Beever-Jones, for someone who doesn't start all that often. Well, I did say she might have something funky going on. It looks like Beever-Jones will play right side and Lauren James through the middle. Maybe that's just a temporary thing following this restart. Aggie Beever-Jones, despite often not starting, has 8 goals this season, and she is 100% in this calendar year. Played 3 games in 3 different competitions and scored in all of them. Nuskin, Amano, away from Mariona Caldente. Here comes Lucy Bronze. Red and white around Aggie Beever-Jones, but she's a confident player. Hamano, can she get there? She did get there. It's a corner. Chelsea have freshened up the entire front 4 here. And the back 4 are up. Wrighton whips it in well. Lucy Bronze, who's got great technique, and her goals for Chelsea so far have been pretty spectacular. Well, that would have topped the lot. She's pipped the Gunners to titles in the past. Time with Liverpool. She won the WSL crown in both her seasons as a Red. And again with Manchester City. Now here come Arsenal. They got numbers forward here. Freedom Arnhem needed to dummy. It's a great challenge from Bjorn. Arnhem had dropped the shoulder, she was in. Caldente was to her left as well. Should have got the call. We're into the final 10 in what is surely a must-win match for Arsenal. Given the head start they've given Chelsea this season, you couldn't have expected a title challenge from them. But if they can win this game, they are in the conversation. Little, out by Bright. Lauren James interested here, and she's got there. Beever-Jones with her. James gets the better of Mariona Caldente. Big moment here, Lauren James. Penalty! She was clipped just before she hit the shot. It's another what might have been for Arsenal by the looks of things. Arsenal begging Emily Heaslip. It did look like there was a little nibble on her. Kim Little quarter. There. Did she get the ball as well? And Katie McCabe, I think, has been sent off here. As Katie McCabe, who is never short of a thing to say. Will play no further part, and it's all gone wrong. They should have been in front. They're probably about to go behind, and now they've got 10 players, Arsenal. And you talk about the difference that a substitute's bench can make. Well, Lauren James has come on and won that penalty. Guro Wright, who's come off the bench, is going to take that penalty. She has missed one this season. It was against Tottenham, and Baltimore actually put in the rebound. But Chelsea's top scorer, thanks to those penalties, she has scored 4 of her 5, has the chance here to take Chelsea another step closer to another WSL crown. I know it's the end of January, but if this goes in, Arsenal are out of the title race, surely. How much white paint is being touched by that football there? Not a lot. Van Domselaar has tried to make it take longer. Now she needs to be Arsenal's saviour. Right into the corner. Huge goal at the top of the WSL. They've created in their relative terms almost nothing today, Chelsea. But they always find a way, it seems, and they have here. Lauren James won the penalty. Guro Wright stuck it in the corner. The two substitutes having their impact, and Chelsea are off and away and a mile clear at the top of the table. And it'll mean a lot to Guro Wright too. Left out again by Sonia Bonpastor, who's had to field the questions about that in the build-up to this game. Once Arsenal missed chances 4 and 5 in that first half, you almost knew this would happen. Chelsea would find a way to pinch it, and they have, it would seem. 5 or 6 minutes to go, plus whatever is added on. Right, the match winner in waiting. Looking for Lauren James and very nearly finding a Steph Catley with an important header. Well, it's Arsenal's time. It's disappearing fast here. Good ball for Beaver Jones. There's Lauren James, who hits it very well. And Domselaar is very cool. Karakuni cross, Cuthbert onto the loose ball. Amano. Beaver-Jones. There was a nice couple of Arsenal players to try and bend that around for Aggie Beaver-Jones. Rosa Cafe and Yeti Vauban-Moy coming on for Arsenal here. I think they had to push harder at 0-0. Kim Little coming off. Rosa Cafe came from Häcken in the summer from her native Sweden. Youngster on in midfield, though more advanced than Kim Little, who she's replaced. Karakuni Cross has also come off. Yeti Vauban-Moy coming on. If that means they're going to... Well, they've obviously had McCabe sent off, but see what they do with Williamson here. He's just an out-and-out 4-4-1 now. This is what Chelsea tend to do. They'll beat most teams comfortably, and they find a way to win most of the big six-pointers between the contenders. Cracking challenge there between Bronze and Catley as Fox cuts out the pass that was intended for. Right, we've got 90 seconds left of the 90 minutes. Vauban-Moy. Catley seems to have gone to a more of a wing-back role. Used to always be left-back, Katie McCabe playing further forward. That'll be a free kick. It is a yellow card for Erin Cuthbert. And Emily Heaslip is usually pretty sharp with their cards. And what we think has happened there would be the first yellow card, sort of, but I think Katie McCabe got a yellow card for her complaints and then kept on talking and immediately got a second, which is why she was dismissed. Cuthbert, just the one for now. The stoppage time approaching. It's only the second goal that Arsenal conceded in the WSL since Renée Slegers took charge. We're into the first of 6 added minutes. The 10 of Arsenal. Well, now they take a draw, clearly, but I'm sure that'll be enough. 10 behind Chelsea right now. Chelsea will have a 9-point lead with 10 games to play. And on top of that, Arsenal and Manchester City play next weekend. Beaver-Jones. bronze. Oh, it's a lovely pass for Hamano to wrap it up. That's a really strong arm from Van Domselaar. Looked like she timed the run perfectly. She did. Excellent from all concerned there. The pass, the shot and the save. Nusken. And still. And it's another strong stop. Lauren James on the rebound. Didn't sit nicely for the shot, that. Magura Wright might get there. She does. But to no great effect. 4 minutes to play at Stamford Bridge. And the champions seemingly invincible. It's going to take something pretty remarkable over the second half of the season for them to not scoop the crown for the 6th time in a row. As long as they do hang on to this, and even if they don't. On the cover. Well, they had those chances in the first half. I guess there's been one good one in the second for Arsenal when it was 0-0, and Bright actually got beaten to it by Blackstenius, who cut it back for Frida Marnham. Hamano down. So we'll have added time to stoppage time. Strong from Russo. No foul. And Fox on Nusken. That one is apparently. Into the final minute of stoppage time then. It is Chelsea's title to lose. It has been pretty early on, to be fair. It was a big win when they won at the Emirates and they clung on for that one. They haven't really had to cling on to the lead here because they've taken it so late. And it's going to be a first defeat in charge for Renée Schlegers, whether that's as interim or permanent Arsenal boss. And I'm sure she will say, and she'll do so with some justification, that if her team had been more clinical in the first half, it could have been a very different story today. Last chance maybe for Arsenal to put a ball into that Chelsea box, see if they can pinch a point. Away by Hamano, a check of the watch from Emily Heaslett, and it's back with Leah Williamson. I think the whistle's going to blow. There it is, and there's a roar from Sonia Bonpastor, and you don't see that very often. She knows what that means. Everybody does. 3 huge